turned around and I see basically a whole shelf of a mountain come loose. People weren't even reacting. And people kept taking selfies and stuff. I'm just yelling at her to like, go, 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 we need to run. And yeah, luckily we got out.
Guys, another mountain incident. I mean, we've heard about landslide after landslide. This time it's in Canada, in the Banff National Park, and it's a rock slide. You might want to know what's the difference between rock slide and landslide. Rock slide is basically a landslide where we have bigger rocks coming down with it, and it's usually even faster, and this was a bad one, unfortunately. Guys, this is a tourist area right now, lots of tourists there. It hit a hiking trail with lots of tourists on the trail. So for now, the estimates are, because it's nighttime right now, they have suspended the search and rescue right now. At the moment, it's almost midnight. They can't search because there is no internet connection in this area. So it's very, very hard. So they said they can't do it right now. Of course, I've been raising the question, what about drones with infrared or something? Then some people might say, well, with all the rocks on top, does that work? Yeah, but maybe there's some disoriented hikers running around. If you don't have internet, it might get a little bit hard. Well, why don't you put some Starlinks there? I hope they work in the mountains. I think they do. I've used it. So that if there is someone in the area, they might at least be able to have internet to orient themselves where they are. So they say they want to search for more missing people or buried people under the rock slide tomorrow morning. So far, we have quite a few injured hikers that were evacuated from the scene by ground or by air ambulance, but this thing really came down massively and it made quite a sound and a dust cloud. Again, if you follow my channel, guys, you've seen it. We've had it in the Dolomites in Italy. We've had it, unfortunately, a lot in Switzerland with Blatten, absolutely devastating. And now it hits Canada, Alberta. Banff National Park, such a beautiful area. There's Lake Louise in the area with this, I don't even know how to describe the color of this water. It's absolutely stunning. There's a famous hotel right by the lake. There's the Icefields, that is a famous tourist attraction. And this happened at, it's called Bow Glacier Falls. That's approximately 37 kilometers north of Lake Louise and the Icefields Parkway. It's also known as Highway 93N. So they were able to evacuate 2 individuals by STARS air ambulance, 1 by ground ambulance, and they don't know the conditions. They haven't said anything. So far, the news is that 1 person, maybe multiple persons, are lost in this incident. And it's interesting, there's also been an interview with hikers that were on the scene, and one guy said, well, they heard it rumbling, he heard it, and he was there with his wife, and he just said, get out of here, run, 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 run. It must have been absolutely frightening. Maybe some of them have pictures in mind, maybe they have heard about Blatten, the devastating landslide. But if you're an experienced hiker, you know, if you hear a rumbling like that, whether it's a snow avalanche or a rock slide or landslide, you have to get away from it. But you know, you also have to know where to run so that you don't run towards it. And in the case of Blatten in Switzerland, if you see that massive amount of debris and a glacier that collapsed, 40 seconds, and it was over 2.1 kilometers long. So sometimes there is no running away. So these are the Canadian Rockies, absolutely stunning. It's basically, if you drive from British Columbia towards Alberta, basically if you want to drive from Vancouver to Calgary, you can cross through Banff. I have done this. It's beautiful. The falling rocks unfortunately did strike people on the hiking trail. As soon as the news was out, rescuers rushed to the park in the afternoon after receiving reports that a group of hikers had been struck by the rock slide. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, they call them Mounties, and Parks Canada later confirmed one person unfortunately lost forever and 3 so far injured near the Bow Glacier Falls. It's basically, I said it, north of Lake Louise on the Icefields Parkway, about 124 miles, that's 200 kilometers northwest of Calgary. It's in the mountains. And it's also not that far where the G7 summit was held in Kananaskis, Alberta this week. That it's only about 85 miles, 137 kilometers away. Parks Canada is now asking visitors to avoid the area. And, the Bow Glacier Falls hiking trail is a 6-mile, 9-kilometer trail, a route running along the edges of Bow Lake. It's considered a moderate challenge for hikers, not super dangerous hike. So day trippers, including families, are taking this hike.
To me, it looked like at least 50 meters wide and at least 10 meters deep. Just really house-sized piece of rock coming loose. I've seen smaller flakes come loose, but nothing that's meters deep. It was just my wife thought that the whole mountainside was coming loose and that it was kind of pointless to run because she thought that the lake would come down.
Also, the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith, also has given a statement, and she said that she's deeply saddened about this incident. And she said, we're thinking of all those involved and wishing for their safety as we await further details. And they will continue at first light tomorrow. But, what worries me a little bit, if someone's lying somewhere injured or whatever, that might be too late. But I'm not them. I'm not these mountain rescuers. They know their terrain, and I think they would try to search through the night if it was possible. So obviously it seems it's not possible. And I think what they're also waiting right now is people contacting the authorities saying, I have a family member missing. I thought this family member might be in the area, so that they know. Right now, they don't really have a full overview. Are there still hikers out there or not? Did we find them all or not? So this is what they're trying to figure out as well. Are there even still people outside? And I think the news now broke, and maybe family members need to find out if one of their loved ones didn't come home, or check on friends and family. And I want to say, Frances, I still don't know if I pronounce it right, bought me coffee on my buymeacoffee.com/silky site and told me about this landslide, because I've been working on the farm all day, trimming hedges and mowing and weeding. And so I really didn't hear about this. I didn't have time to look for the news too much. So thank you for the coffee, and thank you for notifying me. And thank you to everyone else. I saw it in the comments. You kept posting at late at night. I saw it. So, and right here I am. I just sat down, didn't take a shower, just go and report this to you guys. And of course, something that comes in mind, and you have mentioned it also, Canada had a very devastating rock slide, the most devastating in Canadian history. It occurred in 1903. A huge slab of Turtle Mountain crashed down onto the town of Frank and Crow's Nest Pass. That's about 250 kilometers southwest of Calgary, so in the Rockies. And also there's at least 72 known residents were lost forever in this incident. A absolute devastating natural disaster. And there was an undetermined number of visitors in the area. They still don't know it. So some historians even say it might be above 90 people that are lost. So in this one, it was an estimated 80 to 110 million tons of rock were involved in that massive rock slide. It's known as the Frank slide. And it only lasted about a minute and a half. Also very, very short. So guys, this was just a brief information that this has happened. And after this video, I will do a follow-up video with more information for you guys. So if you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe, click the notification bell so that you are alerted when I release the next video with more updates for you guys when the next day begins and they can get a clearer picture. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, guys, links are in the description of this video. Please stay safe, guys. Always be aware of your surroundings. There's volcanoes, there's tornadoes, there's floods, there's rock slides, landslides, mountains coming down. What else did I forget? Earthquakes, of course. Lots of stuff going on. Etna erupted again today. So yeah, have a great night, morning, wherever you are. I know some of you are just getting up, having a morning coffee with my video, and some of you maybe are going to sleep right now. So I see you very soon in the next one. And in the meantime, if you're interested, check out the other landslide / mountain collapses, glacier collapses here in the end screen, guys. Bye-bye.